We had about a 30-foot long limb fall out of this pecan tree. No stormy weather, no nothing. I just walked out from the house and heard a crack, and down she came. I've just about destroyed my blade on my pole saw, cutting up that stump that's over on our little landscape project. So we had to bring out the bigger Husqvarna and cut this thing up, but we got her done. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Sid's Blue Sky Farm. It is early in the morning, about 7:15. We are out because the temperatures this week have just been crazy. We've had heat indexes over 100, 105, 106, and it's just almost impossible to get out and do a lot of hard work in this heat. Today, we're going to show you a common day on the farm. It's not going to be about special projects or a big deal that we're trying to get done. It's the stuff that you do, the real part of owning a small 10-acre spread. So we came down here to the cabin to feed the fish early this morning while it was cool and check on the drain. Our main pond drain is over with that other dock, and sometimes it gets clogged and the pond level really goes up when the heavy rains come. So now we're going to head up and start working on taking out some of the garden. Growing season is pretty much gone for us here, and this heat has put an end to basically all our plants, except the replant. We've got good growth going over here in the replanted small garden. So we'll go look at that. Time to get going. One nice little crookneck squash already on the new garden. Let's throw a little water on these plants. We replanted corn in this little section 5 times. Not a single kernel came up. Really frustrating. I have to get this burn pile going very soon. It's getting just a little bit large. We're going to try to knock this little project with the soaker hoses out before it gets much hotter. The sun's already way up, and this is a little bit of a warm corner, so let's get with it. Just that one 50-foot soaker hose is going to be plenty, so I've got an extra now for other projects. So let's throw some dirt on these, get them covered up, and we'll come back when the project is finished. This bed is going to extend, and there'll be a lot more mulch that'll cover everything up. And just remember, that pipe is not under pressure, and we drain it in the winter so it doesn't freeze, doesn't burst. It's just out of sight. Well, the hose is in the ground. It's buried. I've got some water on it. I left the trench mounded up because I know it's going to settle somewhat and we'll get more rain. So maybe it'll just kind of level itself out. And again, we'll cover everything up when we widen this bed out and put more mulch on it. Let me give you an update on where we are with the landscaping project overall. Not much change since the last time we looked at this place. I did mark off a wire that we have, runs out to the pool. We are having a really difficult time sourcing the materials we need. So we have dealt with the local landscape guy. He's going to either find the materials and deliver them to us, or we may just let him take the project from here. So maybe we'll have an update on completion, or at least work on it soon. All right, let's go work on the gardens. Pretty fair haul for just one little pepper bush. Let's get the bell peppers cut off. Let's work on the other tomatoes. Morning glories. I let them get out of control. My biggest mistake here in this garden was leaving the watermelons when they came up from seeds from last year. They just took over these tomato plants. I couldn't keep the weeds out of control because it was just all mixed together. I won't do that again. Just look at that incredible tomato vine. No wonder it had a lot of tomatoes. Show you something. I'll try to save these two tomatoes. They're actually pretty good size, but you see this splotching along the edge? I think it's the heat and the heavy rain. It's like 100 degrees and it dries out for 2 days, and we get 3 days of rain. These tomatoes that we've gotten in the last 2 weeks have had zero flavor. They're just some mass of tomato flesh with no flavor, but we'll try these. There's a couple things I've learned. Putting the fabric down here around the tomatoes, great idea. Leaving watermelons amongst them, bad idea. I also have to upgrade my tomato baskets to this size or maybe even bigger for this kind of plants. These small ones just can't hold that weight. I have to assume it's the weather, but a lot of these eggplants are starting to split at a very small size. No good. We've gotten as far as we can go with this part of the garden this morning. A few eggplant, and we'll leave what's here until they just stop producing. I don't know if the watermelons are ripe. I'll just have to test another one, and it'll probably be green and I'll just throw it away, but that's okay. Now we got to get out there and cut the okra. I'm going to have to throw most of it away because I've missed almost 10 days of cutting. It's going to be too long and too hard, but I may save it for seed. Let's go knock that out. All of that okra is basically going to be used for seed. It'll just dry out. I really let that go way too long. And you know, you want to talk about realism. That was 1 hour of trimming that long row of okra out here in the heat and the humidity. Thank goodness we got a little cloud cover, so that helped. But this is what real gardening and farming and owning your own place is about. It's not about big fancy equipment with air conditioning typically. And no offense to the guys who have that. This is just getting your butt out there and getting after it. Heat, rain, cold, doesn't matter, you just got to go. One other thing I'm kind of torn about here this morning is bush hogging down the corn, the sweet corn patch. I'm leaning toward just getting on the tractor and knocking that down. I don't think there would be any problem with it. No benefit to have it just stand up there and it might look better. So maybe we'll just go do that right now and finish off the day maybe by getting rid of our bucket gardens. We've got about 10 tomato plants in buckets that are long gone. So we'll clean those up. But right now I think it's time to fire up the old Massey Ferguson. I'm actually pretty happy with that. Looks a little bit more cleaned up around here. It's really strange to think about how we struggled with that sweet corn in that little patch. All the rocks, having to replant it multiple times. But then we got an unbelievable crop of sweet corn out of it. So it was a really successful first year. Let's check one more watermelon before we call it a day. You can tell already it's going to be green as a gourd. Well, we're making progress. Well, that's going to wrap it up for us today. It's about noon. We've been at it for a little over 4.5 hours, and it is hot and humid. So this is what a day looks like, or half a day even, on a small farm. It's not fancy. It's just a lot of hard work. Hope you enjoy watching it. We'll see you again next time. Take care.